Hi, I'm Diamond, aka Daya. I debuted as a VTuber on December 14th, 2022, which means it's been just over a year since I became a VTuber. In this video, I'd like to share what 1 year as a VTuber taught me, what I regret not doing early on, and hopefully you can learn a thing or two for your own journey into streaming and content creation. Tip number 1. Create a new Twitter account if you've never interacted with other independent VTubers before. I read somewhere that newer accounts have higher chances of gaining tweet traction because Twitter is still trying to figure out what algorithm or niche to put it through. And this is definitely advantageous at the start of promoting your VTuber journey, like when you post your reference sheets or even your VTuber debut promotions. My current Twitter account dates back to 2016 when it was my former weeb shitpost account that nobody followed. And so because the algorithm was used to not showing my tweets to a relevant and specific audience, only my immediate circle saw my things like my reference sheet and my debut video. I bet these would have definitely gotten more traction if I had known this tip earlier. That being said, if you already have been interacting in the VTuber niche as an artist or part of VTuber communities, I don't think you need to start from scratch. Tip number 2 is, ironically enough, to have a brand-friendly username. What does this mean? Well, your VTuber name is what you are going to be known as. Because it's so integral to who you are, I wouldn't take this lightly and definitely do research to make sure it's a name you like and that it's not similar to anyone else's. When I first started, I did the complete opposite because I knew this. I initially chose my username Daya_Mud so that if IRL searched up Diamond in Google or YouTube, my VTuber persona wouldn't pop up at all. But from a branding standpoint, do not do this. I would stay away from having underscores and numbers if you can help it. You want your name to stand out as a VTuber, not to be known as Anime Girl 69. Definitely spend some time choosing something that's unique to you. And remember that you can always rebrand in the future. I know I definitely will, but it's always easier to not have to rebrand at all. Tip number 3 is to have a consistent schedule. Unfortunately for me, I debuted as a VTuber just as I was about to enter the most important university semester of my degree. This meant last-minute group project meetings, sudden homework deadlines, and barely enough time for self-care, yet alone time to stream. Streaming whenever I felt like it was not the right move, and I really encourage new streamers to stick to a schedule. Choose specific days and a specific time every week that you'll show up and let your community know. If you don't have a community yet, just stick to it. Commit to yourself. Let me know in the comments if you want me to give tips on how to plan out your streaming schedule. You should definitely take breaks, and obviously life happens, but you'll only thank yourself by sticking to a schedule. The reason for this is because you want to become part of your viewers' routine. That way, they'll show up more regularly. Think about it this way. When do you watch streamers? Do you come home from work and pop open a stream as you wind down for the evening? Your viewers are probably doing the same. That's why by streaming on a schedule, you'll always be live when they expect you to be, which means they'll tune in. Tip number 4 is a short one, but it has to be said. Don't do variety content at the start. This is a general streaming tip, but it's still so applicable to VTubers. A lot of my initial schedule inspiration came from corporate VTubers' debut schedules, which in retrospect was the wrong call as an independent VTuber. No one cares about you, aside from your 2 chronically online friends at the start. And to build an audience, people need a reason to show up every stream. Variety is fun, and I definitely recommend having a variety day in your weekly schedule, but like in other streaming tip videos, stick to 1 or 2 games and build a community around them. Then you can make the jump to explore other genres. Tip number 5, understand how VTuber and Twitch communities work, i.e. to be part of communities yourself. I have always been a Twitch chat lurker, and because I never interacted or got involved, I didn't know how to attract a Twitch community around myself. I was lucky enough to have a friend/now manager to introduce me to their own circles, but I think I could have created a more natural community from the get-go if I was already part of communities myself. When you befriend others in other communities, and I mean this in a genuine way by the way, not in a forceful, oh my god, follow for follow baby. They will genuinely want to check you out and support your streaming journey. A big emphasis on being genuine by the way. People can smell rats from far away, and if you want to honestly build a community, you need to be honest and put in the work. My last tip is, wait for it, is to understand how TikTok works. If you watch other streaming tips videos, they always recommend to stick to two content platforms. For most, that's their main streaming platform, like Twitch or YouTube, and another platform for other to digest their content in bite-sized pieces, aka TikTok. I'm gonna be honest, I never got into TikTok until I started posting silly, cute, cringe videos around my debut time in late 2022. If I had consumed TikTok content or even started posting earlier, I would have at least gotten some editing experience in, so that by the time I debuted, I would have had a solid editing process. Every platform has its own way of doing things, and if you want to succeed as a content creator, it is a non-negotiable that you learn how these individual platforms work. It's a pain, trust me, I still struggle with TikTok to this day, but if you get through the growing pains, you'll see those numbers go up and it'll be worth it. And that concludes my 6 VTuber streaming tips that I wish I knew when I first started. But as a little bonus, here are some controversial things that I do not regret when I started as a VTuber. 1. Getting a well-made model from the start. 2. Choosing my debut date to be on a weekday. 3. Streaming as a PNG tuber for months before actually debuting as a VTuber. If you want to hear more about things that I don't regret when I first started, leave a comment and I'll see if I can turn that into its own video in the future. Lastly, thank you so much for watching. This is my first time making a video like this and I really hope you enjoy. I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/dia_mund every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you like this video, definitely subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.